Shopify talking about free trials. And to be honest, I have never seen a free trial scheme like the one in Shopify, and I like it. So it won't work for everyone, but it is clever. And so today we're going to go over two parts of this free trial. We are going to talk about a deadline study, and then I will talk about why I think you should charge your friends to come to your dinner parties. Okay, the classic conundrum. Imagine you do a free trial. You have to figure out, when do you ask for the credit card? So you could not ask for it up front. You could just let people into your product, give them this 14-day free trial, but then what happens? They look around, they decide it's not for you, and you lose them forever. Not great. Or they stay in your freemium offering, and that's also hard. So likewise, most companies these days are asking for credit cards up front. If they're offering a free trial, they're going to make you give them your credit card, right? But that's also hard because if you ask for it up front, people who aren't committed, and these are the people who need the free trial, will also bounce before you get the chance to convert them, because it's like a big ask. I don't know you. The reason I need a free trial is to get to know you. So Dropbox is kind of right there with them, nice to meet you. Please give me your credit card, right? So what do you do if you're a company? Both aren't great. And so Shopify has done something we're going to call the Price is Right free trial. You get an actual free trial for 3 days, and then you have to pay, but you only have to pay, and this is why we're calling it Price is Right, the $1 for 3 months. Okay, so let's break this down. There's two parts to this. This is the 3-day free trial, what's that about? And then we've got this $1 price point. So first with the 3-day free trial. So I, like Ganese and a team of researchers, ran an experiment to try to get people not to sign up for Shopify shops, but to get them to do something much harder, which is complete a colon cancer screening. And so they gave some people short deadlines, like a week, and then they gave some people longer deadlines. And by the way, they also did short and long with financial incentives. So the people with short deadlines and no incentive were just as likely to complete that screening as people who had long deadlines coupled with a financial incentive. So in this case, short deadlines beat long deadlines. And that could be because deadlines work because they get us to act immediately. And so long deadlines aren't as effective because they kind of lose that power of immediate action. You have 30 days to decide, why decide now? Why would you do that? And so your job as a product owner or marketer is to help people with this decision making. And 30 days lets them push off their decision to the future. But you could argue, if you want to argue, that people need the 30 days. And so as a product manager, you should probably give them 30 days, or at least 3 days is wildly too short to experience the best of your product. But I would say not really. So what we know from consumer apps is that people who convert to premium, so think if we're talking about a Headspace or a Blinkist, they do so on day one. So you download some mobile app, they show you a paywall, and if you're going to convert, you will smash that paywall button, you will smash that pay button the day that you download. So one stat says of the people who do start a free trial, 94% will opt in on day one, and then further 5% the next 6 days, and then the remaining percent in 2 or 3 weeks. And so that makes sense to me, right? Because people's motivation to use your app is the highest the day that they download it. Something triggered them to use you, try you, to start, and will they have the same energy tomorrow? Likely not. So back to Shopify, good job on this 3-day short deadline, but now they have to get you over the hump. And so this, is kind of the hard part, where basically they're pushing me to make a decision, but they're giving me a very low cost to do that. I just have to have this, $1 a month for 3 months to select a plan. Okay, Shopify, very interesting. And so if I select Shopify now, okay, we've got basic, Shopify advanced, I could select basic. Now I'm hit with a credit card, right? But it's a $1 thing. And what I like most about this $1 is that it causes you to put down a credit card, right? And the credit card is something that does make people think. So I used to throw these free events and was pretty depressed when just people would bail at the last minute. I thought a lot about it, I planned it, and then people just text me and say, no, thanks. And so I moved to charging $1 to come, and my attendance skyrocketed. So and by the way, I did not make any money from this, Eventbrite fees, but why would I charge? It's because if you aren't sure you want to come, you're probably not going to get out your credit card. It's enough of an effort and an annoyance that you probably won't do it. And so by inputting your credit card, you're putting in effort, and it does two things. It slows you down enough to say, do I care? And then it signals, even just to yourself, that you're committed because you paid, right? So in this context, Shopify is luring us in with free. They're giving us a 3-day deadline that makes it feel pretty urgent. And then they're lowering the barrier to entry, this $1 for 3 months. It feels very appealing. Doesn't feel like you're committing to too much, but it's high enough high enough effort, put in this credit card, that you'll stop and think about it, right? This also means that you could probably throw a salesperson at it because now you're a qualified lead. So the point that I'm paying $1 a month, I've said something, signaled something, saying, hey, I care about this. I'm kind of serious. Okay. So there's two critiques of this. And one we kind of just saw, right? Which is like, look, there's this weird plan choosing moment where, okay, I come in for free. It's been 3 days. Now I have to choose a plan. I haven't really played with the product. It's only been 3 days. What product do I choose? And so I do like that they're saying basically the most popular option is the lowest amount. And this is going to be basically another foot in the door, like, great, I feel good with this basic option. I'm not going to overthink it. But this whole kind of chart thing is a little confusing. It feels like the biggest difference here is just this 5 accounts. Shopify gets me 5 accounts. This one gets me 15. There are some like smaller differences across, but that seems to be the main difference. But you kind of got to really read something. And we know that when people have to overthink something, they say, should I have this or that? They may just bounce. And remember, Shopify didn't ask for your credit card, so any kind of risk of bouncing at this stage is pretty high for them. So, if I were Shopify, I'd make this screen a little bit better, make it easier for people to make the decision. The second thing I would do is just make it a little bit more appealing to be in the product. Because right now, I'm going to add a product. Oh, great. I have to add all this information. Now it's kind of cool to see that I could add the information, but kind of takes a lot of work. Same with the customers. Oh, I can just add a customer. It's still a lot of work. Nice to know I could do it. But the cool thing that they offer here, and it's buried under two submenus, is themes. You could really kind of create your store, envision it, and that's pretty appealing. So if I were them, I would up level the benefits, decrease the emphasis on the work somebody has to do, and say, pick your theme. Pick which theme you want. And now after you pick the theme, you can only really get access to it with this, or you can only see 5 of the hundreds of themes, and you want to see all the other themes that are available to them. And so you'll continue on with this $1 trial. And so that would kind of be the second thing, is lead with benefits versus costs per usual. But overall, congrats Shopify, because this is a price is right free trial model, and I kind of like it.